What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 10 of NoFap. It is double digits now today. I forgot to say day 9 yesterday. But we are in full work mode. It is Monday. I figured I'd start in my room today instead of the car. But I'm about to head out. It is 9:30 a.m. I got a little bit of extra sleep because last night I went to sleep at like 1:30. And about to head to the gym for back and bicep day. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I already feel way more pumped, way more energetic. And I'm gonna start right now just by saying, when you wake up, have a glass of water. I'm not talking about just a sip. I'm talking about have a glass of water. It'll get you going. Like, I feel way more refreshed because I just drink water and straight a glass of water in the morning, and it feels great. I'm gonna have a coffee probably after my workout is done. But the plan for today is to, after the workout, try to get my business going. Try to get the business classes, plow through the business classes, and then try to start my business. So we'll see how that goes. I know that I want that to become my primary source of income, but I know it's going to take a lot of work. And to do that, as well as my career, it's going to be a lot to balance, and I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to have that happen. I'm going to be doing a little bit of career stuff today. With the strike, I'm starting to see, and I'm starting to realize because of the strike that there's a lot less work out there. I kind of had the feeling. I kind of had the feeling at first, but now it's pretty much confirmed that the reason why I'm not seeing that much work is because of the strike. So, yeah, that's nice. Haven't heard back from the audition, though, what I auditioned for, but it was due tomorrow, and I'm getting headshots tomorrow, which is nice. But yeah, for today, it's just gonna be a work day. I'm not gonna do Instacart. I'm just gonna try and plow through these classes so that I can get started on my business as soon as possible. So stay tuned, check out this workout. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is 10:03 p.m. I spent, well, let's see. I got back at 11 a.m. Showered, jumped onto the computer, and I have been working since. So it's been about 11 hours. 11 hours of trying to get my business, taking business classes and getting my business up and running. So I have an e-commerce store now, a pet store, a pet supply store, but just need to add some more products but it's live. So there's still a lot to do to optimize the store, but it's up and running. I now have a business up and running. So that's very exciting. Now I just gotta see how it, now I just see how it takes off. I wanna see if it ends up as a success or not. But as my first step towards a business, this is huge. This is a big deal. So I'm pretty happy. Obviously, it's not the end. Obviously, I don't know if it's going to succeed or fail. If it fails, then I learn things. So either way, I'm glad I'm at least taking steps forward. So yeah, but that was 11 hours of just being on the computer, man. I'm not tired. I'm exhausted, but my body is not tired
because all I was doing was sitting and researching and then making a store. So I still have a bit of energy, but yeah, it's been. Gosh, I gotta get up and move around or something. But first, I'm gonna do this. NoFap today. NoFap today was pretty good. Just focusing on the store, and then I did take a few breaks once in a while. Just walked around. Yeah. It was just keeping busy, man. Just keeping busy has really helped a lot. So. Yeah. I think when we find more things to occupy ourselves, when we pick up more responsibilities, I think that's more of I think that's a great for NoFap, personally, and I think it'll work for you too. I have a bit of a day tomorrow outside of the business. I have headshots tomorrow at 12 p.m., so I gotta wake up pretty early. And then do my workout, my brain is just on, it's pudding right now from all the things that I had to do. But I gotta get up, do my workout, get back, shower, and as soon as I shower, I gotta get ready for pictures. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna wake up at the same, or not the same time as today, but definitely earlier. And yeah, let's get to your questions. JD, hey bro, found your account. Looking for other Asian Americans? Nice. Awesome. I might add that as a tag. Question for the day. What was a performance where you did something you never thought you would ever do? I did a very raunchy, it's not super raunchy, it was like semi, it was, I would say PG-13, it was like a PG-13 performance, but there's a show, a very interesting show. It's a comedy called Reefer Madness, and it's supposed to highlight the negative effects of marijuana, and it was like some kind of like PSA propaganda piece in the, I think the 70s, 80s, and then they turned it into a musical that was just basically parodying itself. So it was like an over-the-top musical about how marijuana like makes people go nuts. But I did a song called Little Mary Sunshine, where I'm a pothead trying to get a very innocent girl to smoke, and basically in an attempt to sleep with her. But then when my character gives her, when she actually has marijuana, she turns into a sadomasochist, like, and then I become her victim. So it was a very interesting song. Look it up. I think what's her name? Kristen Bell, I believe. She was in like a movie version of it. Is that her name? Kristen Bell? Yeah, Kristen Bell. She was in a movie version of Reefer Madness, and her performance was hilarious. But yeah, I did a lot of interesting poses in that performance. It was hilarious. We killed that performance, me and my scene partner. But it was definitely something I never thought I'd do. But yeah, that was a very fun performance. Also, I was in the Heights about 2 months ago, and I did a lot of lifting, a lot of dancing that I never thought I would do. I became like, I was one of the featured dancers in the club scene. But yeah. Also, I never thought I'd be in a show like In the Heights, because it's a Latino show, and I'm a huge fan of that show. And to be able to be in it was a blessing. I freaking loved it. I loved being in the Heights. I will forever cherish those memories. But yeah, great. I found your account on my recommended smaller YouTubers vlogging to relate to. Hey, let's go. Hey, we gotta help the small YouTubers. One day, I mean, I don't know how long it'll take for me to get 100 subscribers, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I have to change it up. Most people are watching my videos for like 2 minutes and then dropping out, so who cares? I enjoy the straight vlogging, not too many cuts, just genuine like talking. I guess that's kind of my thing. Not that I can't, but you know, I prefer the genuine, you know, conversation without the weird pauses. But I know I'll probably, you know, if I edited all that stuff out, I'd probably get more views. But I think it's better for me in the long run, so that I can talk more confidently towards the camera. Yeah, I want to do that. I think over time, you know, I watch other people's, you know, people that have thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and when I turn to their first videos, you know, they're usually like this kind of awkward, like, oh, I'm talking to a camera and all that stuff. And they usually, you watch their recent videos, they hype it up big time. They're usually like, hey guys, so this is what I think about this topic, and it's definitely like this, man, you just gotta do this, you know. I can totally do that, I could definitely ham it up, but I like being more genuine. But who knows what the future will, you know, how I'll be in the future, but we'll see. Plus, you know, these NoFap vlogs, they're not going to be, they're going to turn into regular vlogs eventually. Like, I think I'll still keep some of the NoFap stuff, but after that, I think I'm just going to vlog about being, you know, this isn't a NoFap channel, but there's certainly element, like, the journey I'm on is to basically cut pornography out of my life. So yeah. Drop the link to the YouTube performance. I'll react to that in a separate video. Is it on your YouTube page? If not, you can link it to me. I would love to watch that performance and, you know, because I have some experience in performing arts, I would love to critique it or, you know, praise it or give it a good review. But I'm always interested in other pieces of art. Question: how did your family react to you becoming an actor? Since I know Asian families are more strict regarding what their kids' career paths to be like. My parents did not care. I think my mom. I think my dad was a little too. My dad was kind of just meh. He just wanted me to make money, I guess. And then my mom wanted me to have a degree. And she never really cared what the degree was in. She just wanted me to have a degree. And it was very rare to have parents like that. To an extent, I wish my parents were a little bit more strict. I wish my father was a bit more strict with me. Disciplined me a bit more. But I understand he was completely busy. He was working a 9-to-5, plus he was pastoring, plus he was, you know, renovating the house, plus he was doing so much stuff for the family. But I did wish he spent more time disciplining me, and I wish my mom wasn't so coddling, I guess I should say. But, you know, I got the parents that I got, and, you know, I learned a lot of lessons I had to learn a few lessons on my own, but I'm not saying that they didn't try their best. You know, they've definitely faced a lot of challenges for their parenting on their part and all the things that they're used to. But, you know, I don't blame them at all. You know, it's tough. It's tough being a parent. I don't know what that's like, but I just thinking about it gives me a headache sometimes. But it is something that I would like to. It's a responsibility that I would like to take on in the future if I ever find somebody else to, find a girl that shares those same values. But my parents didn't really care that I wanted to be an actor. In the beginning, they thought it was just probably just a hobby. They were definitely concerned that I was getting into performing arts because they wanted me to be a little bit more traditional with, learning a career that could give me a lot of money. But, I was good at performing art. I was good at it. I was good at performing arts. I had a talent for singing. I had a talent for acting. And I also just loved to dance, so I had a talent for dancing too. Like, I was good at those things. And eventually, all I needed to do was just have more confidence to be able to say, yes, I do these things and I do them well. And going to art school really helped a lot with that, and also honed my skills. But I was always under the assumption that they wanted that for me. I was under the assumption that they wanted me to be, that wanted me to have a career or a major or bachelor's degree in something else other than theater. But it was just never something I was interested in. Like, I was the kind of kid that, I'm not this guy now because of all the stuff I'm doing, but back then I was the kind of guy that just, if it wasn't something I wanted to do, I didn't do it, which was super detrimental to me. Very detrimental. That's not the attitude that anybody should have, because people want things at different times in life, I mean, let me rephrase that. If I didn't feel like doing it, I wasn't going to do it. And that's a very irresponsible way to live, because there are days where you don't want to do some things and you just have to do it anyway. It's just part of being an adult. And I didn't learn that until recently. So now I'm trying to stick with that. But I don't know. I keep going on these tangents. I need to answer your question. But when I told them, like, I assumed that they wanted that for me, so I didn't pursue performing arts until I got into an accident that could have taken my life and could have taken the life of somebody else, but it didn't. But it was a very traumatizing event where it was a car accident. It was a very traumatizing event. I had panic attacks every once in a while from it. Now I don't have panic attacks anymore. I've accepted the trauma, and but from that I realized I was wasting my life. Like, I was in community college. I'd been in community college for a long time. I didn't know what to do. I knew I wanted to do performing arts, but I didn't know. I assumed my parents didn't want me to do that, until that happened. That incident happened, and I was just like, I'm going all in. I'm not going to waste my life anymore. I'm going all in on performing arts. Told my parents, hey, I want to go to a performing arts school. And before that, I needed money. I knew I needed money to go to a performing arts school because they were all private schools. So I was like, okay, how do I do that without my parents? How do I make it easier on my parents to do that? And one of the options was joining the Marines. So a Marine talked to me. I went to the recruiters. I told them about my dreams of wanting to be a performing artist. They were like, you come to boot camp, we will give you a scholarship. I was like, sweet. So where do I sign? And I almost signed up for the military. I almost signed up to be a Marine. But I didn't, because the last step before signing up for all of that stuff was talking to my parents. And I told my parents, I said, hey, I want to go to performing arts school. I don't want to burden you with the financial problems of it all. And I know this might not what you want from me, but this is what I want from me. So in order to get a scholarship, I'm going to join the Marines. And they were like, don't join the Marines, we'll pay for it. We never said we never said you shouldn't go to a performing arts school. We just want you to get a degree. We just want you to be good at something. That's it. And I was like, oh, okay. And the Marines kept hitting me up, and I was just put it on ignore. And I was like, great. And from there, I started going out for. I started auditioning for a bunch of schools. Eventually, got into AMDA. Moved down to LA. Went to school there for 2.5 years. Blew through the 2.5 years straight. I didn't take summers off, so 2.5 years straight. I did performing arts school for 2.5 years, which was so good for me. Like all the things that I learned there, it honed a lot of my acting skills, singing skills, dancing skills, and business skills of selling myself. So it was a crash course essentially on what I wanted to do with my career and what my life essentially. So yeah, it was definitely confusing for my parents, to say the least, because they're not familiar with the industry. They're familiar with movies, but they're not familiar with how things work in the industry, and I am. But they're definitely concerned about my financial. They're concerned about my financial status on how I'm making money to get by. I'm struggling with it too. I hate being poor. I freaking hate it, which is why I opened up my business. I'm planning on advertising for it as soon as I learn how. But, and I think business is just as risky as acting. You throw things out there to see if they work, and if they don't work, you start from the drawing board, you don't get paid. So it's rough, but I think the most important part is trying and constantly trying every day, and being absolutely relentless. And even though you don't feel like doing it, you do it. There are days when I don't feel like, there are days where, it's very rare, but there are days I don't feel like singing, dancing, acting, all that stuff. But you have to, because it's the path you chose. So you stay disciplined. And I think that's true for what I'm doing now. So I'm just tapping into the business world, tapping into all of it, both acting wise and selling myself as a product, and business wise selling a product to other people. So I'm looking forward to that journey, and I know that I might not get results for months, but I know that if I stick to it, I eventually will get results. If I'm tenacious, if I'm relentless, if I don't let my circumstances or my feelings get in the way of what needs to be done. And I think that's my journey, the journey that I'm on right now, is I want to be rich. I want to be buff. I want to have everything I could ever want, so that it is basically, I want to suffer the pain of discipline, because I've suffered too much from the pain of regret. So I am going to stay disciplined. I'm going to stay driven. And no matter what happens, no matter how I feel, if I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I'm feeling depressed, doesn't matter. I'm going to work. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I think that's something that is applicable to manhood. I think every man should know that there are things that need to be done no matter how you feel. So stick with it. Stay focused. That's why I keep saying stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. If you don't stay focused, if you let there's so many things in this world that'll distract you, especially pornography. NoFap is just the small. NoFap is what I'm struggling with the most, I think, and I've struggled with it for 17 years now, more than half my life. But it's a small part. Pornography is a small part of a bigger picture, which is all these distractions that are keeping me from my purpose. And my purpose is to serve the Lord. My purpose is to serve the Lord. And how I do that? Working. working. That is how I serve the Lord, as working. I'm going to serve the Lord by working very hard in both my business and my career, by honoring Him, staying away from pornography, staying away from, abusing alcohol, abusing any other drugs, staying away from, promiscuity. Those are all the things that I'm aiming for. So that's me. That's the journey I'm on, is the journey to manhood. I'm tired of being a kid. I'm ready to be an adult, and these are the things that I have to do to be an adult. And I'm ready to. Well, I've already started, but I'm ready to get there, I guess. But I know it'll take work. So, good question, Greg. Very good question. I need to stop going on these tangents. I need to stick with the question and just get to the point. But I'll remember that for next time, because I make these videos super long because of that. But we'll remember that for tomorrow. Either way, thank you all for the questions, for the comments. If you don't have a question or a comment for me, think about it and then comment, because I want to interact with more of you guys that are watching my videos. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun answering your questions and getting to know what you guys are up to. Which brings me to my question for you guys is, what's one thing that what's one thing you gave up? Something that you recognized in your life that you needed to give up, and you either have given it up or you haven't quite gotten there yet. What is that one thing that you need to give up that you haven't done yet, or that you have done, and what's the result of that? So to answer that, for me, I've given up video games. Like, I have not played a video game in a month, which is very rare for me. Like, I have played video games ever since I was 5 years old. 5 years old. I'm 28 now. So I've been a gamer for 23 years of my life. I don't know if I've gone this long, unless I was on vacation. Well, not even on vacation, actually, because I had my phone with me. But I have not played a single video game for an entire month. Now, are video games fun? Yeah, they're great. Do video games relax me? Depends on what game I'm playing. But I've definitely thrown hours of my life in video games. I wouldn't say a majority of my life. Well, maybe a majority of my life. But ever since I started this journey of keeping busy, of starting my business, of taking my career to the next level, of working out as hard as I can to build my body, I think that video games I just ran out of time. I just run out of time. I can't play video games anymore. I don't have time. I have so many things to do. So, yeah, I don't regret it. I would like to, play video games on the off time, but I don't think I could play it alone anymore, or with anybody that, I don't know. I don't feel like I've earned it. I don't feel like I've earned to play video games quite yet. I want to first build a business that'll bring in some profit. I want to be successful in it, and then I want to. After I start getting sustainable amounts of income through my business, I'll let loose a little bit. I might go back into video gaming, but I might not. Definitely more limited than what I used to do, but yeah, video gaming is something that I've given up, and I think it's for the best. So, yeah. Anyway, this video's gone on long enough. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Stay strong. Stay focused. I believe in you guys. I know you guys believe in me. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.